Hello and welcome back to a very anticipated episode of Sohaima Reads Reddit Stories. And yes, very anticipated for me at least because I am from Dallas and the recent events within sports history in Dallas has been a little crazy. And I don't really know how Hollywood does it, but there is a new show on Netflix called Running Point. And I noticed it was created by Mindy Kaling and it also has Brenda Song in it and Max Greenfield from New Girl. I've watched all episodes of New Girl. I watched all episodes of The Office and of The Mindy Project. And it is basically about this lady named Isla who becomes a president of her family's professional basketball team, the Los Angeles Waves. And in the Running Point, the show, she does face a pivotal decision of needing to trade their star player. They wanted to trade him because he had issues on court and off court, but Isla chooses to support this player instead of trading him off, and instead she believes in his potential and she goes against what her brothers who run the organization with her say or what the board says. And her faith pays off in the end, and that player redeems himself, leading the Waves, the Los Angeles Waves is what they call the basketball team, to a successful season. And just watching this show, what could have been, what could have been. So we are here talking about r/Mavericks, r/Dallas Mavericks? What is it? Yeah, r/Mavericks, which has been blowing up in the past few weeks, okay? I have never seen this subreddit so active. I tried my best while curating this list of Reddit stories to not read them. I definitely skimmed a little. Let's get into these stories because I think they can explain what a lot of us have been feeling way better than I could. So here we off to our first story. This was posted 41 days ago. You didn't just trade your young, one-of-a-kind, perennial MVP candidate franchise player. You traded away your entire marketability as a franchise, you buffoon. And I wanted this to be the first story because I am a professional marketer. I have my MS in marketing, so let's see what they have to say. You want Christmas Day games? Forget it. People watched because of Luka. You want marquee national broadcasts? Say goodbye to that too. People watched because of Luka. You want a presence on the expanding global stage? You have little to no international draw now. If this was because a couple billionaires didn't want to pay a supermax contract, they're about to witness their excess merchandise and revenue stream completely vanish. Great job, guys. Truly, truly, truly great work. Yeah, you'll still make money. I'm sure some people will still buy the tickets that are now going to understandably depreciate in value. But my God, the price of not retaining Luka is going to haunt you. We see the Dallas Cowboys football team is one of the richest football teams in America not because they're a winning team, but because of their marketability. And it's going to be very interesting to see the rankings of where the Mavs place when it comes to the most marketable teams in the US. I know they're on I believe the top 100 list, but we're going to have to check that list again next year. The top comment on this one is, it's okay though, because we're a family. F the Mavs, oh man. Another comment here says, yes, exactly. They've instantly lost hundreds of millions in future revenue because of this. The only explanation that makes sense is that ownership receives something back in return to compensate for all that lost revenue. I don't know what that is, but a Vegas franchise would make a lot of effing sense. Moving on to the next Reddit story here on our Mavericks. Can we all just admit that Luka needs to stop foul baiting and whining and just play the damn game? So I wanted to rewind a little here. This post is from 276 days ago. So let's see how some of us were actually feeling um, before we ever even imagined this could happen. The Mavs had a huge lead last night, and Luka decided to hold the ball possession after possession while trying to foul bait instead of just scoring and increasing the lead. The refs weren't going for it. So the Celts started coming back with each foul baited empty possession. I've never seen a player stat up while losing like Luka does. This is the damn finals, not some stat exposition. Luka needs to grow the F up and just play the game. Last night was embarrassing to watch. He is the, in quotes, superstar, yet still playing his whine game instead of a winning game. He is constantly out of position on defense while he is whining down the floor. This is for a championship and not personal stats. All right, 275 days ago, the top comment, there's some chicken shit in this thread. LOL. Luka absolutely is the reason this team gets as far as it does. He also absolutely hurts the team when he flails down and cries for fouls as the other team goes 5-on-4. One reply to that comment says, "Yep, I recognize that we are nowhere close to the finals without Luka. I love watching him and the magic he pulls off." So yeah, he definitely had his fan defenders out for him here. Here's another post from 125 days ago. I'm gonna get downvoted, but it has to be said. I hate Luka's attitude on the court, maybe also off. And I think the team is slowly betraying him. That look from Gafford tonight stuck with me. Bro, I hate it when he does the huge sigh after the Nuggets scores, where he just bows down with arms dangling. Whatever sport I played, when a teammate, a leader, and possibly the best player on that team does that, the moral just sinks. He needs to be more stoic with his reactions. It's absolutely frustrating to watch. Like, bro, Kyrie is playing lights out, and the score is less than 3 to 5 points. Luka needs to get his shit together. I don't know if it's a personal problem or what, but he needs the Kobe mentality of leaving it all off on the floor. A whiny, hopeless leader doesn't inspire confidence. Okay. I remember watching like the playoffs last year and stuff, and like his attitude was there, but then I just always remember like his age, like anyways, he said he was working on his complaining a few years back. It's even worse now just get back on defense, man. Like, God damn, like I don't want to say God D, but God, this person says goddamn. Y'all, that was 125 days ago, this post. I wonder if this person would ever like post this knowing what was going to happen. Like, it kind of hurts to read these. Moving on to the next Reddit story, which is a little more recent, 40 days ago. The Luka trade literally killed my love for NBA basketball. I'm 100% done forever. It all comes down to a fair playing field. And in this current NBA, you simply don't have it and never will. Everything will always favor big market teams. Now, I'm not under some delusion that the NBA was ever fair. Big market teams always dominated the landscape for free agency and winning championships until the San Antonio Spurs proved otherwise. But for the most part, it's been LA, SF, Oakland, NY, Chicago, Boston, Miami for the past 40 years. But what was pulled last Saturday was criminal. And I, for one, won't be supporting it anymore. I canceled League Pass, won't be signing up for YouTube TV for the playoffs, no more front row AAC tickets, and definitely won't be back. Luka was ours, capitalized ours. We drafted him, we welcomed him, we loved him. They threw him away for garbage. I can't forgive that ever. The collusion between Nico, LA guy, Palinka, LA guy, Adelsons, Vegas guys, Lee Flop, he knew about the trade, and Adam Silver was so obvious that I'm surprised that none of the major networks have put two and two together. They all orchestrated this trade for obvious reasons to the detriment of the Mavs and all basketball fans, in my opinion. Number one, falling ratings. Ratings are down 40 to 50% in most markets, and stealing Luka away to a big market is a desperate attempt to bolster them. Instead of changing the rules, getting rid of flopping ticky-tacky fouls, and just letting people hoist up three-pointers uncontested, they would rather pull off a heist like this. Adam Silver deserves some blame for this happening. Number two, Vegas. The Adelsons have been pushing for gambling resorts in Texas hardcore for the past month and longer behind scenes. I live in Central Texas, and every damn YouTube ad is literally a group funded by the Adelsons begging to allow full-on Vegas gambling resorts in Texas. Now, I'm not a hater of business as a business owner myself, and honestly, I would have been tempted to vote yes when I saw it on the ballot because of the increased tax revenue. But this latest treason from the Adelsons has made me want to commit and donate $25,000 against the initiative. If they move the team to Nevada, so be it. Adam Silver will let them do it. These people did Mavs Nation dirty. Number three, Legium. It just says LE capital GM. I can't quite understand how much I hate Lee Flop and his constant quest to get better and more superstars to help him on his quest to get one more ring. Him, Palinka, and Nico and Jenny Bus were in on this 100%, and if you believe otherwise, you're only fooling yourselves. There's been rumors that AD and LeBron's relationship has been souring over the past 12 months, and AD's complaints about playing the five have annoyed management and LeBron, who believe AD should play the five. LeBron mentioned before the season the guy he would most want to play basketball with is Luka Dončić, which most of us would have thought impossible at the time. Now it's magically happened behind the scenes without any other competition or bidders on a deal that you couldn't even get accepted by most AI-powered GM models. What? It also coincides with LeBron only having maybe one season left in his career, just in time for Luka to take the leadership of the Lakers and become the face of LA basketball for the next decade. How does something like this even happen without any collusion? I can't even imagine it, and neither can any AI models. Because of this, I can't stomach watching this tainted product anymore. I will enjoy all the memories I've gathered over the years. My first front row AAC playoff game was the game Luka managed to stave off a sweep against the Warriors, who eventually would win it all. The way Luka valiantly fought off the sweep with Dodo going off and a young Brunson hitting some key shots, I'll always remember, mostly because I lost my voice screaming. It's been good chatting and reading all of your guys' thoughts on the Mavs basketball, and the community has always been a fun one, but it's time, my friends. I am out. Wow, that was really heartfelt. A top comment on this: the fact that they feel like the only explanation we need was defense wins championships was my final straw. Another comment under this says, imagine being Jason Kidd right now. Imagine having to go to work and try to do your job after that. Imagine your career as a coach is now on the line based on how you manage a play-in team. Just absolutely feel so bad for that man. I wouldn't be surprised if they ship him off for a new coach in the next 1 to 2 years, depending on if he can drag 80 and Clay's corpses across the finish line, and Kyrie may very well just retire or leave after the season ends too. Just such a bad time to be a Dallas fan. Ooh, and this was before they even knew about, this was 40 days ago. They don't even know right now how many people are injured, including Kyrie, how many people are out. The playoffs team from Mavs last year looks nothing like the Mavs team this year, which is just crazy. So off to the next Reddit story. I would call this maybe like a post. The title is "A Bunch of Lazy Players Who Didn't Win a Title by Age 25." Okay, let's see all of these lazy players, including Luka Dončić, who didn't win a playoff by 25. So NBA legends when they won their first ring. Here we go. Michael Jordan, 28. LeBron James, 27. Kevin Durant, 28. Stephen Curry, Stephen Curry, 27. Shaq, 28. Hakeem Olajuwon, 31. Dirk Nowitzki, 32. Damn, these guys are so lazy and like not good for their teams. I can't believe they are legends. Like they're geriatric legends. The top comment on this is, "It's beyond incompetency, the Mavs organization." Oh my God. Off to the next little Reddit story / post, because these are kind of short. The title is F the Adelsons, except they use the actual word, not F. Seriously, F the... Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't read... like I said, I haven't read these, so this... I did not know it starts so harsh. Here we go. This was posted 41 days ago. Seriously, F these dog S owners. I don't want to curse, but this is Reddit. I don't know what to expect. Seriously, F these dog shit owners. Do not give them your money. Do not go to the games. Billionaires ruin damn near everything they touch, all in the name of hoarding as much wealth as humanly possible because they're vapid, insatiable human monsters. I want to puke. You can blame Nico if you want, but he got the directive to trade Luka from the top. Adelsons can get effing bent as far as I'm concerned. These grotesque psychopaths can F off back to Vegas. Thanks for ruining another thing I loved. Jeez. Wow. So our Mavericks usually gets an average, like their top post, I think their top post has 13K likes, like out of all the posts on our Mavericks. This post has 10.2K likes. Okay, it's one of the top posts in our Mavs. So a few comments from this. Do not give them their casino arena. Do not legalize gambling. Another one. I'm a fan from Slovenia, so I can't really do much to boycott them. But if you're a fan from Texas, you can make sure they don't get their casinos legalized in your state. They have spent a ton of money since 2020 trying to legalize them, and not getting them is probably more painful than lower ratings for Mavs. So I really thought this story was interesting. Moving on to our next Reddit story. So the title is Becca, in parentheses, main Maverick social media admin, close parentheses, posted her own farewell video to Luka, which was well received by the fans. A couple of hours later, she deleted it and it went private. And they also like share the video that she shared here. So let's get this story straight. Read some of these comments. Remember post Dirk Mavs was built on legacy. Now it's just soulless corporate hellhole. Another comment says, I saw it before she deleted it from Instagram, and Luka had already liked it. Pretty pathetic of Mavs organization if they made her delete it. Oh, another person says, she did not delete the video. It's still there at this right moment. She just made her account private. Why are people lying about this? And somebody replied, people are probably confused because her profile is no longer public, but honestly, a video on an account going from public to private might as well be deleted. Well, I hope no one made her do that because that would suck. Especially as I'm a social media manager for a lot of organizations that I have been shut down before. And other people would stalk my personal pages too, and I got like confronted by one of my coworkers saying you should probably make your pages private. I'm like, what? Like, this has nothing to do with my work, but yeah. Off to our next Reddit story, and it's kind of our last story because the next two are basically posts. So let's read this one from 8 days ago. Not to be dramatic, but I don't think I can do this anymore. And today is March 16th as I'm filming this. So yeah, this is 8 days ago. I truly don't see the point in supporting this franchise anymore. It went from being the most proud Mavs season since 2012 to hating everything this franchise owner and GM stands for. There are no positives. There are no benefits as we Mavs fans receive from anything that has transpired in the past month. I couldn't devise a better plan to gut an organization and its fan base if you gave me 10 years. Nico may be a scapegoat or spineless bitch. Y'all, this is what it's written in the story. I'm not saying this. I still feel bad. Depending on how you look at it, I blame new brain dead owners. I hate them. The only comments I've seen them make are about casinos making their money from gambling and casinos building a new stadium with a casino attached. It makes me sick. Us Mavs fans are a fan base of loyalty, and this franchise has just been bought out and gutted of anything we once cared for. Haven't watched a game since, probably won't for the foreseeable future. F the new owners, we don't care anymore. And if you are like me, the only way to get these brain dead, selfish billionaires to F off is to boycott. Tell your friends. Edit. I'm 28 and a Mavs fan from Pennsylvania since I was about 10 or so. Dirt got me into the game since I was also a tall, skinny, seemingly doofy white kid that wanted to shoot threes, LMAO. They recently played the Sixers here in Philly and we got crazy good seats for like $40. Seeing the Mavs fans here in Philly, it just felt so heart-wrenching knowing we all got effed. I've only been able to see the Mavs play twice in my life being from PA. Once was in 2022 in DC when I was living there, and the other was just a month ago. It hurts that much more that I spent so much time caring for this team, and now I can only say I've seen them in person twice. Whole situation just effing blows, man. The top comment on this post: I've been a fan since the 2000s. Many of my friends are MFFLs, which means Mavs fans for life. Few of us with mini season tickets. They somehow have done mental gymnastics to still support the organization, but I'm absolutely done with the franchise and it breaks me. Yeah, I know a lot of people who were just like, it's still not bad, it's still not bad, it's still not bad. Like weeks and weeks and weeks after the trade. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. A reply to that says, we didn't abandon them, they abandoned us. Moving on to the next Reddit post. This is a picture which I'm going to share here. And if you are listening on the podcast, I'm going to do my best to describe it to you. The title here is The House That Nico Built. It is a screenshot of a tweet and it says, view inside the AAC with 4 minutes remaining. I'm going to zoom in here. Whoa, it's actually so super empty. Like the POV of the person sitting in this section, there's literally 5 people in this section, or 6 maybe in the whole upper like section. It is so empty, and when you zoom in, there's nobody in the stands or even on the lower level. The top comment on this: utterly insane how a team was built up over years to contend for titles was razed to the fucking ground in 1 month. F Nico. Another comment says, one of the absolute steepest and grotesque falls from grace of a sports franchise. It hurts so bad. We were just in the finals. A reply, for sure. At least the quickest one, and even worse, self-inflicted. Okay, on to our second to last Reddit story. It's basically the last one. It is just a post, and it was posted 6 years ago on our Mavericks, 6 years ago. And the title is Doncic to the Mavs Upvote Party. Basically, that's the whole post. And the description says, Mavs hit the jackpot, boys, B-O-I-S. And it does have 2,492 upvotes. Like I said, this subreddit was not very active. So 2,000 upvotes back then was a lot. So let's just read some comments from this. The top comment says, praise Dirk, reply, our Dirk who art in Dallas, hallowed be thy name. A reply, the things will come, it shall be done. A reply, on Dirk as it is in heaven. A reply, give us our daily Carlisle. A reply, and forgive us our draft misses. Another reply, as we have forgiven Bill Garnett. Another reply, and lead us, please, into the playoffs. What a beautiful prayer. Another comment says, congrats, guys. I'm part Slovenian and decided to cheer for whichever team landed Doncic. I couldn't be happier cheering for an organization like the Mavs. Wow. A reply to this, welcome, my dude. Glad to be here, he says, this commenter. I've heard many positive things about the Mavs, and I think this is by far the best outcome for Doncic. So pumped 6 years ago. A reply to that, Doncic is in great hands medically and coaching. Carlisle is going to be amazing for Doncic. I'm super excited for this man. Dennis Smith Jr. and Luka is going to be crazy. For those listening on the podcast, I was basically hitting my head with my iPad. Another comment on this says, I'm Brazilian, nowhere near being Slovenian, but I'm also here for the same reason. Ha ha ha. I would be a fan of any team that got him, but hoping it wouldn't be the Hawks or the Grizzlies. Welcome for both of us, I guess. I'm so happy, man. A team of culture, titles, strong owner and coach, legendary players, and also other young players. Remember when Mark Cuban owned the Mavs all the way, y'all? Remember that? Do we remember that? That was me talking. Sorry, that was not in the comment. Continuing this comment, there are many positive aspects about being a Mavs fan, I think, but never thought it would be the final destination. Woo! Wow. Wow, how much can just change? Wow. And to wrap up this episode, I don't know, this part is kind of cheesy. And I did post this on our Mavericks, but it didn't get much traction. But I do want to share it with y'all because I do think it's kind of creative. And I did cry when I wrote it, okay? I don't know why I cried the first time I kind of finished writing this. But it is I wouldn't call it a cover, but my rendition of Pink Pony Club. I turned it into Blue Pony Boy as a goodbye song to Luka. And I'm not really going to sing it, but I do want to read it kind of in a melodious tone for y'all. So here is Blue Pony Boy by me. You know we wanted you to stay. Now we can't ignore the crazy visions of you in LA. And we thought that there's a special place where Mavs and fans can all be friends every single day. I'm having wicked dreams. You left your Texas team. Here's Santa Monica. At least you'll get the beach. We'll make Mark Cuban proud. It's gonna cause a scene. We see our baby boy. You know we're gonna scream, God, what have you done? He was a blue pony boy, and he played with Kyrie. Oh, Luka, they're just having fun, trading millions. Dallas, you belong down at the double AC. We're gonna keep on crying down in downtown D. We're gonna keep on crying. We're gonna keep on crying down on Newitsky Way. We're gonna keep on crying for our blue pony boy. Blue pony boy. I do have a second verse. Should I go on? You're gone, and jaws are on the floor. Our 77 jerseys in a line outside the door. Business never mirrored basketball. Yours is for the money, while our hearts felt it all. We think you're 7 years, you lived in Texas heat. Hope they'll be good to you. Your new Lakers team will make Mark Cuban proud. It's gonna cause a scene. We see our baby boy. You know we're gonna scream, God, what have you done? He was a blue pony boy, and he played with Kyrie. Oh, Luka, they're just having fun, trading millions. Dallas, you belong down at the double AC. We're gonna keep on crying down in downtown D. We're gonna keep on crying down on Newitsky Way. We're gonna keep on crying for our blue pony boy, blue pony boy. Well, that is the end of today's episode of Sohaima Reads Reddit Stories. Oh my gosh, that was a little emotional, a little real, very niche. I don't know if you're going to find our Mavericks on any other Reddit story podcast, but I'm so glad you joined me for it. Let me know which posts you found interesting or you connected to. I connected to a lot of them, most of them, and I can't wait to see you next week on Sohaima Reads Reddit Stories. And until then, have an amazing one. Bye.